The lessons are structured so that students are talking and struggling, but they're moving through and they're asking the right questions and they're leading you to the next topic every time. So it's like you're getting the aha moments at the end of each lesson. So I just feel like they're structured in a way that it's helping the students be productive. So we're starting off here our fifth week.
You and your family are playing a board game that has a spinner with 6 equally sized sections of different colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. In the first 5 spins, the spinner lands on the purple section 4 times. Would this outcome make you suspicious that there is something wrong with the spinner?
All right, so think about that first question for a bit. So the purple has only 1 spot, right? 1 out of the 6 spots. So this one, it actually landed 4 out of the 5 spins. So you're thinking, wow, there might be something wrong. It's kind of crooked. It's getting stuck on purple. So something's going on, right? So it's making us so suspicious. So let's look at the objectives. So which simulation are you using? The technology? The wheel? Okay. Awesome. Oh, nice. Yes, you're doing 5 spins and counting how many times you witness purple.
I think it would be symmetric because it's a tandem.
Last one, each one has what, 5?
Yeah, but you can get like any 6 colors. Maybe we didn't get purples, but someone else got purples.
So if you individually did this, go ahead and tell us how many times you witnessed purple with your experiment. The topics don't seem to be more math, and students tend to be reading. Like my English majors tend to enjoy these a lot more than, the non-STEM field students. They tend to enjoy them a lot more, and they read ahead. The questions on group work and team building, I think that's helped them kind of reflect on what they're supposed to do. And I think that the group work has really been a huge difference between that and the other classes.
Something that she initiated when we first started was have a study group, have people you're able to reach out to. So we usually sit with those people who are in our study group. So I've gotten to know my study group really well. So when we have questions about our practices or anything, we're like, hey, did you understand this one deeper? Or, do you understand this one better? Can you explain it to me?
Since it's more resourceful, it's helping actually understand and feel confident about knowing what it means.
I think having that group project, they're still, they're actually speaking statistics and they're using the vocabulary that we're like, oh, that's a statistics communicator. Being able to communicate and partner with a neighbor and help the neighbor out, their team members. I think that's really important. The shyness also of not, being scared to answer that, oh, I'm going to be wrong. And, this is how I've been stressed out before, that I have to answer the right answer. I think here is just give me an open-ended question at first, and we start out with that question number 1 before the objectives, and just tell me what you feel. And now they're tending to be more vocal about that. I'm like, there's no right or wrong. It's just give me your opinion, and then we get to test that theory out.
Don't be afraid to answer your question, because then if you get it wrong, they're able to explain to you how it was wrong. So then now you're learning from it.
We did talk about something that was exponential in a previous lesson. Does anybody remember what that was? Yeah.
Compound interest?
Yes, compound interest. Yes, exactly, right? And so we might be thinking about something that we saw happen in that lesson. And as we're looking at this and seeing if it has something similar, and we'll talk more about that as we go here. These first couple questions in your notes are going to probably be guesses, okay? And you can make them educated guesses because you've hopefully looked at this before, but don't worry about it. It doesn't matter whether we get them right or not here. But how many rabbits do you think there'll be in the 13th month if none of the rabbits die? Anybody have an idea of what they think, how many rabbits there are going to be?
3,000.
3,000, okay. All right, another guess.
600.
600. Okay. All right. So we've got some general ideas. Okay. We're going to check them as we do our model here in a little bit. So like I said, in this lesson, we're going to be talking about exponential growth, but a specific thing is that it's characterized when a rate of growth is proportional to the population size. Okay. So we're going to be checking that here in our data and see if we see that. All right. So that's our goal for this lesson. Yeah, it's definitely different than a traditional math course where you're just taking notes and you probably can just, get those from a friend.
Isn't end of 2 years the same as 12 months?
Okay, so let's think about the way we started this. At 12 months, that's actually the beginning of month 12.
Right, okay.
So we need to go, that's why I added y'all one more line here. We need to get all the way down to here. Right.
154,044.
There's not just like one right answer really a lot of the time, or there is a right answer, but there's not just one way that you can do things. So there's different opportunities for there to be like different answers, different opinions, since we're applying it to real world things.
She often tells us to talk to the people around us, and maybe a peer of mine is confused about something, right? So I try to explain it and we figure it out, and turns out I had a wrong answer and he had it right. So now I learned.
Really, if you don't understand something, do go to multiple outlets to try to see if you can solve it that way. Go to your peers, try to find a tutor that can help you with the information.
For me, just like getting over this challenge of, math is going to be hard, or I'm going to have a really hard time getting through this class, and that not being the case, it just makes me go to history and be like, well, I already did math and I did pretty good, so I could probably do this.
It's really been an awesome class, to be honest with you. It's my favorite of this semester, and I never would have thought that. And I'm just really shocked at how much I like it. But yeah, as long as I'm locking in, I can do the work. I just have to focus.
Because we've learned in the same way for like years and years, right? And then you come to this class and it's a little bit different. And it's like, well, it's kind of refreshing.
It has helped me be a lot more confident in asking questions, or even going up to an instructor after class, because I'm still a little shy. But answering is easier. Even if I make a mistake, I know it's okay.
They seem to be asking the group more themselves. And then I guess their team leader is the one that will come and ask an individual question during office hours, but not the whole team. So I think there's communication back and forth. It makes them a little more independent as a group to complete those problems. At the end, when I saw last semester's presentations, I just thought I was wowed with how their vocabulary was, using the right terminology with their graphs and labeling their graphs correctly. I was impressed. So I successfully think I created some data communicators at least.